All right, y'all, you know how Steppin with Marcus J is live. We are right now. We about to get it in. We got the Diva Diaries. We got divas in the building. They all fine and stuff. I'm glad to see them. Carlton Banks is going to ask, what do you think about it? And we was out last week when the verdict came in. We ain't have a chance to get it in on the Zimmerman Trayvon Martin trial. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, they must be half stepping. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J.
I gotta give you some ads.
Yeah, I know. Back once again, y'all. We live. We live. Be down with us. 804-402-2893. 804-402-2893 for the flagship show here on LegacyInternetRadio.com. Definitely glad and happy to be here. We were not here last week. We had a greatest hit show, but we are back in studio. We are ready to get it in and give you guys a live show. We got a bunch of brand new listeners listening to us on TuneIn. We appreciate the folks that tune in, getting everything set up for us so that we can produce our show and we can be fed to the masses and tune in. So we're definitely glad to have them partner with us here at LegacyInternetRadio.com. You're listening to the flagship show, Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love we get. We got folks listening to us on MixLR. We got folks listening to us on Winamp, Shoutcast, and Loud City. So any number of ways to get the flagship show of LegacyInternetRadio.com, Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. So definitely glad you guys are here with us. We got a live show. We got the divas in the building. We got Carlton Banks asking a question. What do you think about it? And we're getting into the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman case at the end of the show. We're going to end the balance of the show starting around 8-ish. We'll be getting into that for 7 to 9 show. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J is live right now. So we appreciate the love we getting. Don't want to take a whole lot of time. I'm going to get right to it and go around the room and start with my introductions. And as I do every single week, I start with my main man on my right side. I got Carlton Banks in the building. What's going on, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm great. You know, I'm going to work on being delayed, though. I'm going to get that delayed response kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel like messing around today. I ain't got Ruben here to be picking on and stuff and whatnot. And I don't know. I kind of like Mr. Big Guy.
You missed the big guy?
Yeah, so, I mean,
well, the big guy need to bring his ass in here. Yeah, I'm not sure that I miss him. If he wanted to be, he'd be here.
I
you know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna pick on him.
That's true.
You know, so if he's listening right now, he need to bring his ass back to the studio.
Yeah. Got a point there.
I'm just picking. I know.
No, you ain't picking. You telling the truth. He didn't bring his
I
ass
am
up in
actually
here.
telling the truth. There's some truth and humor, but
yeah,
we'll see Big Rule. We'll see Big Rule soon enough, and of course we continue to shout his name out so that the longtime listeners know that he's still part of the show. We just unfortunately haven't had him in studio for the last few weeks, but he'll be back. So just hang in there for him. Continuing around the room with my introductions, I got joining us for the second time here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. We got Miss Brandy in the building. What's going on, girl?
Not a thing. Miss B. Randy in here, part of the Diva team.
Get it, girl. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. I know we talked before about having you back since we enjoyed your presence last time, and it's good to see you. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You got got it. And then, of course, headlining the first segment here, because we don't have no sports tonight. I know a lot of people like to listen to us for sports, but we was out last week. It's too much stuff for us to talk about. And just Ryan Braun and A-Rod getting suspended for steroids and Phil Mickelson winning the British Open and all that stuff. Okay, there's your sports. We got the dating pool diva in the building.
That's right, Brandy.
What's going on,
Team
Diva?
Diva.
Team Diva's in the building. What's going on, girl?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fabulous, and it's good to see you. And I know that we spent some time together. The three of us. We didn't have Carlton Banks, but I'm going to say Brandy. I'm not going to say B. Randy. I'm sorry. but you and Brandy and myself and Jay Grizzy, S.Y. Butler, Steven Sykes.
It was about 11 people,
It
13.
was, yeah.
I think it was
crew,
more than that.
The crew
yeah.
came through, legacyinternetradio.com, and the crew came through for the event that we have every third Saturday, that we've been having every third Saturday. Why don't you tell us about what we did on Saturday and what we do every third Saturday?
Every third Saturday we meet. Lately it's been at the Island Bistro downtown, Shacklebottom Bottom area, and we discuss all kinds of relationship issues. We usually have a forum topic or some kind of activity that's going on, and we just have a good time. We laugh, we joke, we play, but we also get serious and we share some intimate and private feelings and experiences, and I just love it. I look forward to it every month, and I think the rest of the crew and some of the new people that showed up liked it as well. So, we just have a good time in there every month. And
we fellowship. We have marrieds, we have singles, we have I think the youngest person that we had was probably in their 20s, and the oldest person we had was probably, and I don't know how old she was, but based on some of the things she said, I'm guessing she was in her mid to late 50s. She was a widow after having been married for over 30 years, is what she said. So that gives you an idea how the people that we bring in runs the gamut, and it's just fun. It's nobody has on any airs. We just sit down, we have a topic that we kind of have, and then we run with it, man. We just kind of build and fellowship. We got 3 hours, we got food, we got some spirits.
We network.
And we network. Everybody at the end was giving out cards and flyers and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of the people who came will eventually bring themselves to Legacy Internet Radio. I met Brandy at one of the events, and here she is for her second time here at Legacy Internet Radio. So it's a good event that we have. If you're having relationship issues, or if you got this whole relationship thing down pat, you will fit right in. If you got issues, we can help you out. If you got it down pat, damn it, you can help the rest of us out.
Show up and help the rest of us.
Show up and help us out. So ain't no how stepping with Marcus, Jay. We're definitely glad once again to have you guys in studio. Of course, if you want to be down with us by phone, call us up at 804-402-2893. That's the number to dial to be down with us. Hit us up in the social media. We're on Facebook, Legacy Internet Radio. You can search it and find it. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. You can search it and find it. If you know us personally, hit up our Facebook pages. Hit us up with comments. MixLR, hit us up with comments. We want to be as interactive as possible. So definitely make yourself a part of the show. At this time, we're going to jump right into the Diva Diaries. And every time we have them, I never know what the Diva is going to have us talking about. So she's going to jump right into it. Diva Diaries, Miss Diva, Dating Pool Diva, what you got, girl? What's the first thing we're getting into tonight?
Well, I wanted just to review what we discussed this weekend at the Love Revolution. It inspired a really spirited discussion, so I figured that I would discuss it tonight, see what people think, get some people to call in and give their opinion. Ask why, if you're out there, call up, listen, whoever is listening. So, all right, this is the topic we had to question. According to the book Mars versus Venus, men and women speak different languages and therefore may have difficulty communicating until they're able to accept those differences. In your opinion, are men and women really that different? If so, what do you believe are the major differences, and how can they be dealt with in a serious dating or marriage situation?
You want to know the difference?
Yes, Carlton Banks.
I have the Enos, and I make the rules. That's what it is, plain and simple. You ain't got that, you can't make the rules. What? Go ahead. I know you got.
Okay,
I just want to know.
I just want to know this. What are your rules?
I had the anus. That's all they added.
As the man
That's all
with
it
the
is.
anus,
All right.
what are your rules? What are your standards?
The rules is the rules. Don't worry about it.
No, I want to know what the rules are.
When you break the rules, I'm gonna let you know. Just know that I got the anus, and then when you break the rules, I'm gonna let you know. Plain and simple.
Brandon,
So yeah.
do you believe that it's like that for real?
But see, you know what? I'm gonna just reach over here and do like one of these on her, and yeah, she gonna agree with me. Look at her. She already agreed with me. Look at her. She got the anus.
It's hard for me to say. It depends on each person, each relationship. Now, I don't say that just because you have the anus, you are in control of the whole situation.
Can we be grown ups?
Yes, thank you.
And we don't even need to say that. Can we just say he's clearly in a chauvinistic mode?
Yes.
So
why I gotta be chauvinistic? Why I can't
come on,
be
let's cut the
about
crap, man. For real, cut the crap.
Because
you starting already, and it's okay if you starting already. But if you start already, that means I get to battle with you already. And those new listeners who don't know the dynamics of the show, Carlton Banks always has something crazy to say, and 99% of the time he believes that bull.
He does.
At 1% of the time it's show, but 99% of it he believes it. So I'm not quite sure where we fit, if we're on the 99 or the 1% here. But what I won't do is we're not gonna play games with wording. So you saying that the man is in control?
He's right.
Okay. So
it's in the Bible.
We're not gonna say anus.
It's in the Bible. Put it that way. It's in the Bible.
All right. Well, then you go ahead and battle with the sisters, because clearly I disagree with you, but they have more fire in their eyes behind it because I can see it. I'm gonna sit back for a minute and let them tear your ass up.
Bring it.
There are some
like
women who say because I have the V, I'm in control of everything.
Oh,
so it all depends on the perspective. I've seen a lot of, husband-wife situations where the woman was running things and the man was doing what he needed to do to please her or make her happy or whatever. So me personally, I feel like, it should be an equal ground. It should be. But at the same time, as men and women, we do tend to fall into certain roles. Not to say that you have to follow that, but naturally, for me, I probably would fall more into that wifely role. Now, do I have to do it? No, because I can divorce you, dude. I don't really have to be with you. But if I love you and we're married, then I'll do what I have to do, what I want to do to make you happy. And as for the communication, you didn't answer the question, by the way.
I did.
The actual question was, do we speak different languages as men and women, for one? You didn't answer that.
If you didn't know, that was the question.
When it comes to communicating, do men and women speak different languages?
Absolutely.
Okay, expound on that, please.
I just did.
Okay, so men go.
No,
they do that.
There you go. See, I understood everything I just said. Marcus probably did too.
No, I think you need to cut the bull and be serious.
I'm answering the question. I'm being serious.
Come on, man. Seriously.
Yeah, we speak different languages. I mean, seriously.
How?
How? I just told you. I mean, I can't give you the book. See, if I give you the book.
Jay Grizzy of the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lester P is listening to us on the MixLR page. He's saying, be glad that he ain't there. We need the censor button. It's a penis is what he's saying. He's agreeing with me, with you, quit the nonsense. Like, seriously, like, I get the humor, but I want to have a serious conversation about this, because when we talked about this on Saturday, we got a lot of spirited debate about the fact that men and women come from different places and we think different. Anybody that knows me knows that, if it's 50-50 or 51-49, that's determined by your own personal household. I don't really care how you run your household, and I don't really need to get into how my household runs. But I know, and from my own personal experience, those are the only two ways that I've ever seen it work. For one. Now, as far as you call Banks, I'm not. Here he goes with that again. I mean, clearly, what you're saying is that the man is in control, so you're feeling the 51-49, or maybe you're giving more than 51%. That's not necessarily what the question is. I think what the question was, do men and women speak different languages? So if we're going to address the question, I'd like to know from your opinion, because I'm clear on what my opinion is, which I'll explain in a minute. But do you you agree that men and women speak different languages?
Totally speak different language. I mean, let's go ahead and get it to a biblical standpoint. The man is supposed to be the head of the household, plain and simple. That's where it comes down to. Now, are you supposed to follow him blindly? No, but you're supposed to give him the respect that, quote unquote, the Bible says he deserves. So now Marcus wants me to be serious, so here comes serious voice. And
You're still not answering the question.
What part of the question?
The question is not about male-female roles. The question is, do men and women communicate differently?
And I've answered that.
No, you haven't.
Oh,
I have said
No, you
yes.
haven't answered yet.
I have said yes.
Okay, well, expound on it is
yes,
what she's
please
asking.
explain to
Because
me
you're going
how.
into the man is the man and the man is the boss, and then the Bible says the man is. It ain't got nothing to do with what language you speak. You can go to work every single day like we all do, and your boss is the boss. But if he's speaking Greek and you speaking English, you can't communicate.
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Do I need to give him an example?
I think you might need to give him an example. Because I'm
One of the
already, it's
examples-
7:16. I'm already frustrated with him.
One of the examples in the book, Mars versus Venus, which was written by a man, by the way, he explained that often men tend to communicate by, just kind of shutting down, needing their space. They go to their own caves, and then they're able to talk logically or rationally with their partner. However, women tend to be more emotional and want to talk it out almost immediately after the issue is presented. And so it's basically a difference because men are more rational or more logical and wanting to tackle problems and fix them, where most women just want to talk about it, feel supported, and feel like their mate is listening and understanding where they're coming from. So that's basically the point from the book, the main points. And I wanted to know from your opinion as a married man, do you and your wife tend to communicate differently, and if so, how?
We just do. I mean, I can't go into the full dynamics of it because one person may yell, the other person may not yell. One person will shut down, the other person may not shut down. It all depends. I mean, everybody's relationship is different. So again, I felt I answered the question. Y'all say I didn't, so I'm gonna be serious for a minute. Yeah, there's definitely different lines of communication. I ask, or at least say, hey, I'm going out, or is it all right with you that I go out? Well, she may not say that. She may say, I'm just going out. It's just a different line of communication, different everything.
We get another hit from Jay Grizzy of the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lissa P. heard here on these airways Wednesdays from 7 to 9. He actually says, of course, we communicate differently. Men are very literal, and women gives you too much specifics without solving the issue. Men want to fix, women want to super analyze and feel it. I actually tend to agree with that. One example that I can give was something that came up in the forum the other day when one of the brothers presented a situation where he mentioned that if one of the homies called him and was like, yo, we going out tonight, you want to come? And he went to his lady, was like, yo, I'm trying to go out with the homies tonight, do you mind? And she kind of rolled her eyes and said, sure, go ahead. But she gave the body language that said no, but the verbalization that said yes. So he went ahead and went, and then when he came home, he had to deal with her in an attitude. And the theory behind that was he was supposed to know that she wasn't happy with him actually going. He was supposed to read the physical body language instead of actually hearing the words. And I think that's one of the differences, kind of picking up on what Jay Grizzy said. But yeah, we obviously communicate differently. That man in that situation, Brandy, he came right out and he expected that when she came right out and said yes verbally, that she cool with him going, even though externally she showed that she may not have been happy with it, but he got what he needed because he heard that yes, even though he may have seen the no. That's a clear example of how we communicate differently, because my personal opinion, if she ain't want him to go, she should have said she didn't want him to go instead of expecting him to figure it out based on the body language, because maybe she had a cramp in her neck and that's the reason why her head was twisted or something else. I'm clowning when I say that, but there are a lot of reasons why her body language could not have been it could have been misinterpreted. But what cannot be misinterpreted is what you say. If you say, sure, go ahead, I ain't tripping, then when I go out, I don't want to have to put up the crap when I come home.
Pretty much say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't play around. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Along the lines of if we speak a different language, we also had the Mars versus Venus. Of course, we have the book by that name, but we also had someone to say where either men or women, I can't remember how he put it, but spaghetti and waffles. I guess the men are supposed to be like the waffle because they have compartments and they think differently than the women do, where the women were the spaghetti that are all mixed up and they can do so many different things. But then there was the other where the spaghetti noodle itself, before it's cooked, is straight to the point. So that's the man. And the waffle is the woman because she has so many different pockets of things that she does. So yeah, we speak different languages. It's just if we can communicate and come together, if we have good communication in a relationship, then it wouldn't be that hard to get through the problem.
I totally agree with that. Diva?
I agree with you guys. I think you should communicate verbally what you feel. I will say this, devil's advocate here. As a woman, I usually try to be straightforward and honest and tell people, but I do know some other women that will do that very thing. They'll say one thing but show you something else, and I'll pick up on that, I guess because I'm a woman. I'll be like, oh, I notice your face is kind of scrunched up. You really don't want me to do this or whatever. So it's a little bit easier for me to pick up on that than maybe a man to pick up on the body language and the gestures and all that other kind of stuff.
804-402-2893 if you're listening, you want to be down with the conversation. I think one of the things that we don't do as men and as women is actually listen and pay attention. Y'all say that we don't listen and pay attention. I understand that. We say that y'all don't listen and pay attention. I understand that. I think where we run into problems is when we say that to each other, it continues on. Well, no, you don't pay attention. Well, you don't pay attention. Well, you don't pay attention. Like, we continuously going back and forth and pointing figures and all of that kind of stuff. If I tell you that I don't like a certain thing, or I need you to do a certain thing, as a man, that's how I communicate. I'm telling you straight up, I want you to do this. I need you to do this, right? But as a woman, oftentimes you may hear that and you may interpret it a different kind of way. I don't know how you can interpret I want you to do X any different than I want you to do X. Whereas oftentimes as a woman, you may come from the perspective, and I hate generalizations, but I think this is an appropriate situation. Oftentimes you may look around the house. Like, I've always heard it said that a woman finds a man at his sexiest when he's doing stuff around the house or helping her out, stuff like that. Instead of looking at the trash, the two of y'all, and you assuming as the woman that he's going to go ahead and take out the trash, maybe you might want to say, because how he communicates is, man, why you staring at the trash, man? Take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole, now he's wrong for not already doing it. I acknowledge that he's wrong for not already doing it. But instead of getting mad and walking around pouting because he didn't do what he should have done and what you want him to do, now you got something actually on him when you say, man, go ahead and take out the trash. Now if he don't do it, now what?
What if you tell him over and over?
Well, I mean,
take out the trash, take out the trash, take out the trash.
You see, then when you continuously have to do it, then there you go. You have it. You have it. You know what I'm saying? You got that on him because you've already made it plain that that's what you want. And I used to take out the trash thing just to kind of make a point. But, there are things that you need as a woman that you expect that he is going to just know. And there's a lot of stuff that he ain't going to just know. You got to tell him. That's how we are. That's how men are. You got to tell us. Now, you tell us and we don't do it, now it becomes on us. It becomes on us. But if you don't say nothing, or if you mad about something, you know what I mean, and we ain't talk about it, like I said something that really hurt your feelings or really pissed you off, and now all of a sudden you walking around and you acting stank. I say, what's up, baby? Hey. Like, give me a hug. Like, what the hell is that about? Like, I didn't know that I said something that pissed you off. Now, if I said something that pissed you off and I know, I can deal with it. Because real talk, if I said something that pissed you off and I really feel strongly about what I said, then that's kind of a you problem. But if I said something that really pissed you off and it came off wrong, or I didn't mean it that kind of way or something like that, you should allow me the opportunity to deal with that, address that, instead of being mad and expecting me to know that you mad. Not just know that you mad, but know why you mad. Carlton, I mean, do you deal with this? I'm guessing you do.
Yo, I'm tired of hearing yes, but you really mean no. That's my take in life. I mean, be honest. If you mean no, say no. Okay, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear yes, and in the actuality, I got to interpret no. That's we literal. Men are very literal. It's easy. It's not that hard to understand us. All right, yeah, y'all say it may be, but you know what? We don't need much.
The look that Brandy is giving him is so priceless.
guys
Hold up, before
I got a relationship. Don't worry about that.
Hold up, before we. But
I'm right here with Brandy.
Brandy, I want you to share with us what was causing that look. But before you tell us, I'm getting a couple of hits on the MixLR page. We got Simone in Jersey City. Thank you so much for listening to us, girl. We appreciate your support. You can't listen and pay attention if you aren't open to receive the message, whether it's the message you want to hear or not, which I think is a very good comment, and it's not gender specific. I think that's a good comment, regardless of who's listening. Jay Grizzly still listening. Any of these women read Shahrazad Ali's book instead of Mars versus Venus? He says LOL, but I think that's an honest question because, if we have men that are chauvinistic towards men and then we have a woman that's chauvinistic towards men, I think it's a very interesting dichotomy. And we can talk about that if y'all want to. If not, we can move on. But Brandy, you were giving Carlton Banks a seriously, I can't believe you just said that kind of look. I mean, you want to share why you was looking at him like that?
The look was just because he said that you all are very simple, but I mean, to a woman, it's not that easy. It's not. We can't interpret you all like you all can't interpret us most of the time. But I'm not married to you, so I don't really know you.
I understand. But we simple. I mean, seriously, you give us a TV, we got our sports. We be at home watching our sports.
I'm getting another hit on the Facebook wall. We getting my cousin Latoya is listening to us right now. She's listening to us from where? South Korea.
Wow.
We got listeners all over the world. We in South Korea, girl. I have no freaking idea what time it is. My guess is it's like the middle of the night or like tomorrow o'clock right now, South Korea. I appreciate the love and kiss them babies for me and give the big homie a pound for me. But she loves the topic. She's read both the books. Her thoughts say when you mean what you say, she agrees with you guys. Ladies, she agrees with the ladies. Brandy, I'm sorry I cut you off. Go ahead and pick up.
Well, no, that was one of the topics that you brought up at the forum was men need 3 things, which was food or drink. I said
that the average man, to keep him happy, is give him food, give him sex, often as he needs it. And just basically be there. Now the average man, if you meet and I think I really only said those 2. If I said a third one, I don't remember what it was. I may have said a third one, but I don't remember. But you
football or sports, that's what it was.
Yeah, sports. Yeah, sports, food, and sex. And to kind of piggyback on what Carlton said as far as us being simple, I'll be honest with you. The average 30, 40-year-old man who is married, I don't know about single dudes. I ain't been one in a long time. The average married dude today, you give him food, you give him plenty of sex, and you let him watch the game with peace, he'll pretty much do whatever you need him to do.
Pretty much.
He'll pretty much do whatever you need him to do if you do those things all well. Now, if one of them is deficient, then we might have a problem.
Well, I guess what me and Brandon, I'm sorry if I'm speaking wrong for how you feel, but as a woman, a single woman, it's easy for you guys to say that like in a marriage situation, but if you're single and dating nowadays, it is extremely difficult to understand the guys of today and how they think and feel and stuff. Yeah, you might like your food, your sex, and your time away to sports, but we can give you all of that. And you still playing games, you still, mistreating us and whatever. So we don't understand that part. Like, why is it that you have women that are good to you, that are willing to give you everything you need and want, but you still are, playing games?
Oftentimes I hear that from the women that are doing that. But the women that are not doing that are the ones that turn the man sour. But you cannot assume that because you are a woman, that other women are doing the things that you are doing or that you're willing to do. You cannot assume that because you're doing what you think is the right thing, is that what that man needs. The reality is, if he's not happy, if you're not fulfilling him, then his eyes is gonna wander.
We have more options than y'all do.
But in that case, then that's not the only 3 things that he needs. There's something else that's missing, so we can't really.
No, she just.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't speak for every single man. I never, propose to do so. I mean, the average man or the men that I know or the conversations that I've had, I could speak for them, you know, and you know, as a man who's going to be 40 on his next birthday, who, you know, all of my closest friends basically are around my age and up. The conversations that we had, that's what leads me to that opinion. You know, I would guess that every single man has different needs. So I'm guessing, you know, I met a brother that don't like sports. I mean, I looked at him like he was a VCR, like they still make you.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. But, I mean, the reality is, again, if we get caught up in the generalizations, like the Dating Pool Diva knows that it's for as long as I've known her, I've always been a strong proponent of avoiding generalizing, because when you do that, then you get yourself kind of in a corner and then you get stuck. When you're in a relationship, you need to be able to gauge what you need, what your partner needs, and if each other are willing to do those things, then you should be good. Now, if you get one partner out of the two that constantly says no, then you're going to have a problem. You're going to always have a problem. You're going to always have resentment, because you need to be willing to do whatever it takes to make your partner happy. If you're not willing to do whatever it takes to make your partner happy, you're going to build resentment. That person is not going to be happy with you, and you can be trying in your own little way all you want, but the reality is they're going to see you trying, but they're going to see you trying to do what you want to do. They're not going to see you trying to do what you need for them to do. Like, one of the paramount things, like we'll go to sex for a second. Let's go to sex for a second. If you having sex, you shouldn't be trying to get yours. You should be trying to get him theirs.
Other person.
You should be trying to get him theirs, because it should be reciprocal. It should come back to you. If you with someone who's compatible with you. Now, if you with somebody that ain't compatible with you, then that ain't gonna work either. Diva.
I wanted to do
you can
the
disagree,
follow-up
but if you
on the
disagree, tell me why you
question.
disagree.
How can it be dealt with in a serious dating situation? Serious dating or marriage situation. So we never answered that. Like, we know that men and women speak different languages, but what do you guys think as for dealing with that in a relationship so that it works? Carlton, I'll ask you first.
I mean, that's the whole thing about a relationship. It's a job. It's not something that gets solved overnight. It's not something that's solved next week. It's constantly changing. If you expect the same thing to happen, like Chris Rock said, he and his wife were having an argument in a movie, and he's like, I'm tired of chicken. I'm going out to get something to eat. I want some duck, is what he ended up saying. You know, he kept it the same family, but again, it's going to be a difference in what he wants at the end of the day. No matter how many times we disagree, it's always some type of agreement somewhere along the line. You know, right now there's a door on my house. I don't like it. I hate it. I can't stand it. I want the shit to go. I took the tip jar because it pisses me off that much. I don't like the door. She put it up anyway. I still talk about I don't like the door.
What about the door?
I just don't like the door. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the in particulars. I'm just look. See, you want to know more? I just told you it's a door. That's all you need to know. It's a door I don't like.
There's a
it's
difference
just a
right
door in
there.
the house.
That's a classic example, because I'm sitting here thinking, like
he
I
don't
don't
like
care
the
why you don't like. Why you asking him why you don't like the door? Like, I'm sitting there thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
Right. I mean, just don't worry
But
about
I'm
all
saying,
that.
like,
Just know
He
there's a
don't
door
like
in the
the
house
door.
I don't
He don't
like.
like the door.
I just don't like that door, and she knows it. Okay.
Don't need to be a reason either. It don't need to be a reason.
Oh, it's a reason.
There's a reason, but
There's
don't
a
need
reason,
to
but
be.
it doesn't need to be in this conversation. It's just I don't like that door. I can't stand it.
Hey,
I mean, it's to the point where I threatened to take the screws off and take it down myself. I mean, that's how bad I cannot stand this door.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't never in my life, 39 years and 2 months, ever seen someone that passionate about a door.
A door. I hate it. I hate it.
I did never see it.
I hate that damn door.
We get another hit on the Mixlr page. Simone is saying a man will only treat you the way that you allow him to treat you. Brandy, why don't you comment on that comment? What do you think? A man will only treat you the way that
You allow them to treat. I mean, that's hard to say, because I can stand up and say I don't like the way you're treating me, and he be gone. I mean, so I can't say that that's true. Because there have been times that I stood up for myself. I don't like this, and cool, then I'm out. And so you run the risk of them being out because you stood up for what you don't like. So
right.
I don't know.
I've seen that situation, and again, keeping with my theme of never wanting to generalize. I mean, I seen a situation where a sister was, in my personal opinion, being a little bit of a bully to her man. You know, and I made the mistake of interjecting myself into their situation by getting in his ear and telling him, you know, you shouldn't allow that. You know, and it was like that Sanford and Son episode when Fred got in Uncle Woody's ear and told Uncle Woody that you don't stand up to Esther, and then Uncle Woody got put out and was living with Fred. You know, I don't know if Sanford and Son fans out there. I know if K-Dub is listening, he certainly remember that joint. He's gonna join us in a little while, by the way. K-Dub will join us later on, but. You know, I learned the lesson to stay the hell out of other people's business, but I'm speaking directly to the point that Simona's making, is that it's not a gender thing, because it may be rare and less likely, but there's some type A sisters out there that's, you know, in relationships with, you know, type B personality dudes, you know, and you can tell by their dynamic who's the boss with regards to their public persona. Now, when they go home, it's very possible that he keeps her in leather and has her in chains and a whip and all that kind of stuff. But out in public, she's clearly, you know, the boss, and that's how they roll. And I had to learn the lesson to stay the hell out of other people's business, because that's how it works for them. So
now, in my case, it may have been that the guy just really didn't care anyway. But
Right.
if a guy really cares, then most of the time, yes, they will make a move or change something with the communication, with the correct communication, so that doesn't happen anymore, so that she's not unhappy. And the same thing for the man. If a man tells a woman and she really cares about him, then she will do whatever needs to be altered or whatever if they want to stay together. So
yeah, I can dig it. Carlton Banks. As far as, why don't you share with the listeners and the sisters here, as far as because I'm not really sure we ever did get a straight answer from you with regards to.
About why I hate the door?
Well, no, I don't care about the door.
Okay.
She care about the, I give a damn about the door. I mean, it's stuff in my house I don't like. I learned to pick my battles. You know, like the door for me, I mean, I don't know the situation with the door. I done totally got off the question I was going to ask you, but I don't know the situation with the door, but I'll be honest with you, there's certain things that I've learned to pick my battles. There's things that are bigger fish to fry, but I'm guessing that if you hung up on this door, then it's it is that big fish for you. I you can tell me offline about why you hate the door. I don't care about the door, but I would be interested in knowing what the deal is with the door. But as far as the different languages, I mean, do you find in your personal situation, and if you don't want to speak on your current one, that's fine, you can speak in just in generalization, do you find it being direct and straight out with what you need works for you, or do you find that you need to kind of mask what your needs are to suit who you're speaking to?
It depends totally on the audience. I mean, I can speak to the missus one way, but speak to a friend another way. It's all depends on the audience. I can with the wife, then I gotta sit there and be, oh honey, come on. Somebody else, damn it! I don't want the damn thing up.
Right.
Let's keep it real. I don't want it.
I hate
that damn door.
Is it a female that you may be saying, damn it, I don't want the damn door?
Yeah,
because I guess the point that I'm making is, are you speaking differently to men than you do to women?
I don't know. I mean, men understand.
Yeah, I mean,
Grizzly can call me and tell me something about going on, and I'd be like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Then I have a female friend who asked me a question about a dude. I'm gonna lie and be on her side about the situation, but I understand the dude's point.
That's where you go wrong.
I mean,
that's where you go wrong.
She don't want to hear that shit wrong.
No, that's where you go wrong because.
What woman wants to hear they wrong?
Yeah,
raise a hand.
All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I want to hear the truth.
I'll accept it when I want to hear something. When I want to hear that I'm wrong, yes, I want to hear it.
Okay.
Well, I could tell you that generally, men think, and I can only speak for myself in my own personal situations, and I feel this way personally. But generally, men feel like women have a hard time admitting when they're wrong. Mm-hmm. As far as if it's a situation where you have been proven wrong, it's one of those things. Damn it, these walls are not white; they're purple. Like, but baby, they're white. They're white. You see, they're white.
Most men are colorblind. I'm sorry, I want to
see. Here you go.
That's a scientific fact.
See.
I'm trying to colorblind.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make, y'all trying to mess with me. They trying to mess with me, but I have been in these discussions, and damn it, I hope you listening because I'm talking about you now. I have been in these discussions where you have been shown that you are not right, but you will continue on in the discussion and wait for me to get riled up and say, well, forget it then, and then you end up getting your way.
Sounds like the.
And I think, see, I've learned that game that some of y'all play. So now I'm a little bit more combative. I'm a lot more misanthropic. I'm a lot more grumpy than I ever used to be, and I'm a lot more blunt and direct because I ain't playing games no more. I'm like, yo, damn it, the wall is white. I'm not fighting with you about the color of this wall. So I guess my question to y'all, the sisters, do you understand that dynamic? Are you one of those sisters, or do you know those sisters who will argue a point that she knows is wrong because she has to win the argument?
Okay, let me say this. I agree with you. There are some women that do that. I've done it before. Everybody's done it in their life before. There are men that do that, believe it or not, that won't admit when they're wrong, when everybody has shown them that they're wrong. So come on now. But I think my main point is, with women, we want you guys to feel like you understand where we're coming from. Our feelings are validated. So it may not be a right or wrong situation. It's just, this is how I feel. I'm angry because this is going on. And we want you guys to say, we understand. I see how you can feel that way. I feel where you're coming from, type of thing. Brandy, you have something to add to that?
Do I know people that do that? Yes, I know people that keep the arguments going just because they want that attention. They want they want the argument. Me, myself, I'm a peaceful type of person. I'll give up in a second. Fine. If you say they white, they white. That's what they are. Cool, whatever.
Just for those people who are listening, anybody that knows me knows I ain't no punk. And yeah, I said, damn it, I was talking to you, and I just got a hit from who that you is saying bump me. Yeah, damn it, I got fussed at just now, and everybody's laughing at me. But hey, if we're going to do an honest show, then we're going to keep it real. So I will give you an opportunity to call up and make your point if you want to call up and make your point. You call us up and make a point. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio.com. Carlton Banks, I still am waiting for you to tell us
about the damn door.
No, I don't care about the door.
Then why you keep coming?
I keep coming to you because you ain't told us the difference between the languages.
I told you it.
Right. He's killing me with the languages.
I don't think Carlton's gonna give
no,
you a
I don't
direct
think.
answer.
I don't think he's giving me. I don't think he's.
He
giving
did say earlier that men are more literal and that women tend to
It's very
be
true.
more
Men are
emotional.
literal.
He did say that earlier. That's as much you gonna get out of him.
Where women will make hints and will play around
Direct.
it most of the time. That's just how we speak. We don't get to the point most of the time. We have to tell a story behind.
As a hunter, I'm going straight for the meat. Don't sit there and tell me the meat is over there. If you go around here and tell me straight where the meat is. Don't tell me anything else about where the meat is supposed to be. I'm going straight to the meat. So you keep trying to cut me off. I'm going straight. I don't want to little love.
I got that. But I just wanted to make a point. A lot of women, are subtle, and that's what men like about them, what makes them feminine. Me particularly, I'm direct. And how do I come across? Mean, blunt, nasty,
It all depends on what's your
too
presentation
masculine.
like. What's your presentation?
I'm gonna tell you straight up
How is your
Does
presentation?
your face look like that?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like what it
If your
look
face
like
look
right
like that,
now.
then yeah, you go, yeah.
Because
If your
I
face
don't
look like
fake,
that, yeah.
I don't phone.
Did you see that, Brandon? I saw that too.
I'm one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet.
I mean, if
You
you ain't
are
got,
that.
if your face is broke up like that, and you give me that kind of message,
want me to give you a fake smile? I can give you a fake smile,
You,
but-
you
Is that
smile.
true? But you know that that's
you
not
know,
what
for real.
Nah, don't give me fake. Whatever you do,
If
don't give me
if
fake.
you give a frown looking like that,
Nah,
I'm like,
because
But
see
some
the
guys
reality.
can't handle
Yeah,
it,
but you
though.
can't be worried about that. Like, see, I honestly believe that you got to be, who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be who you are. You also have to, you got to learn to adapt to who you're with. But at the same time, at your core, you got to be who you are. And if who you are is misanthropic and somewhat grumpy, then that's kind of who you are. If who you are is soft-spoken and not really expressive, then that's who you are. If who you are is blunt and direct, as you said you are, then I guess that's who you are. Now, I think the flip side of that, what's important, is you need to be able to figure out how to meet the needs of who your partner is. Because if you can't do that, then you're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? If what you're saying is going to be met with disappointment, then you still got to say it, but you want to try to say it with minimal impact, meaning you don't want to be hurtful, But if you got something that you need to say, then you just gotta say it. You can't front, and that's kind of speaking. That's kind of speaking to what you said before. Jay Grizzy said, "Real recognize real charisma." He's speaking to you. He's
That's
giving
my boy.
He's giving you some love. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Charisma, do we have any follow ups? Any final things we want to get to? Before
how
we
long
wrap
do
up?
we have? How much time we have?
We got about another 5 minutes or so. So if you got
Okay.
something, give me 5 minutes worth.
Real quick, wanted to know, what do y'all think? Because this was on the Love Revolution blog, and I wanted to know what you guys think. What is sex appeal? What makes a person sexy initially and after the initial meeting? So let me see. I'll start with Brandy.
I guess sex appeal is what makes someone attractive to the other person, or makes you want them, lust after them.
What's sexy to you?
What's sexy to me? I hate the word swagger because it's so played out now. But yeah, a man's swagger, the way that he walks, the way that he carries himself, the way that he, the way that he handles himself. That's sexy to me.
Come on.
I mean, the other stuff is, additional stuff. If he smells good, I do like
Damn, I left it in the car.
I like a nice dressing man. I like a nice smelling man. But that's all, it should be known that those are things that you should do. But the way a man carries himself, that's sexy to me.
Carlton.
How much time you got?
We only have 5 minutes to make it quick.
Ain't enough
And
time
I
in the
gotta say
world.
my opinion.
Oh man, shoot! There's too many things. I mean, your outward appearance could be Beyonce, and Marcus tell you this. I back pre ring days, right? Pre kryptonite stuff. We had a hierarchy at the job, and their number one. I ain't gonna lie, she was fine as hell, but them rough ass table hands she had. And her attitude.
We're not gonna talk about her again,
Yeah, dude.
Because about a month ago we spent like 5 minutes talking about this.
Dude,
We're not gonna do it.
he knows.
We're not gonna do
her
this
her
again.
attitude and her rough ass hands. I mean, it's like walking on some Berber carpet. Okay.
Simone is saying it. Simone is saying a beautiful smile does it for her.
I mean, there's a lot of things, but she was not in my top 5. I mean, if Nextel, if she had to be in my Nextel top 5, she won't go make it.
I didn't ask what's not sexy. I asked, see, you don't know how to answer
I did answer the question.
directly.
I did answer the question. I said it 2 minutes. First of all, didn't I say how much time you got? Then you sit there and cut me down.
Give me
And
like 2 or 3 things.
No, but see, I just told you.
got 5 minutes.
She was in just about every brother's top 5, but mine. I mean, granted, she had the outward appearance, but her inward.
What
I like-
do you find sexy?
Too many things.
Give me one thing.
cannot. If you've seen the range of women I've dated, you cannot see a comparison. Seriously, she wants me to narrow it down. I mean,
Yeah, she
for
wants
real,
you
you
to
can't.
say
I
that.
cannot narrow that down.
I guess I understand what he's saying, because the question is somewhat vague, because you find different things attractive in different people.
Right.
You might find that one person, has a very nice smile, but the next person is kind of their straight face, or the way they kind of make a little bit of a mean face is kind of sexy too. You know what I mean? Like, it's different for different people. I think that pheromones is a real thing. And a lot of people think that it's nonsense and it's BS, but I disagree with that. I think pheromones is real, because it's that invisible magnetism that, a man may have for a woman and a woman may have for a man, that makes you attracted to him or her. And then oftentimes you can't even explain why. You know what I mean? And I honestly believe, and I know I've taken heat for this in the past, but I honestly believe that you can be a sexy, unattractive person.
Let me
Yes.
tell you,
And
I
you
was
can be-
And you can be
I'm glad you said that.
you be sexy and unattractive, but you can be absolutely beautiful with zero sex appeal. And I know people personally that are
I
very
have
attractive
an
with no
example.
sex appeal.
I have an example. Everybody in here should know who Shabba Ranks is, right?
Yeah.
To me, he's not the most attractive person in the world. However, the way that the way he carried himself.
Most deaf. No.
Most
Who
deaf?
the dude who did? Who's
Yes, he was attractive.
dude who did the open heart thing? The blood.
The doctor. That was the most deaf on the movie. On the movie, it was.
That was most deaf.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Ben Carson. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
my
thinking
wife loves him. I think he looks like a troll.
Well, it don't matter
In
what you
certain
think he looks like.
situations,
Like,
yes, but he still-
I've always taken heat because
He could have been on a Hobbit.
you know, I agree with most males and females that Halle Berry might be one of the most attractive people in the world,
Yeah,
but she's not sexy to me.
she's
I find her to not. I don't think that she's sexy. She's not sexy to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations where you can have your own opinion about it, and other people can look at you cross-eyed like, for real, you don't think Halle Berry's sexy? No, I just don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
Charisma just gave me that look when I said Shava, but
Yeah, I just can't believe it. I don't find him sexy or attractive, but,
But I
we
mean,
all
but
different.
But that speaks to the point that I was making because
Look at Seal.
you know, a lot of
Seal
women
had a
find
badass
Seal,
wife.
A lot of people find Seal. No, he didn't. But a lot of people find Seal very sexy.
Just because you don't like bacon.
A lot of people find Seal, sexy. But I have never heard anybody say that he was attractive. You know what I mean? So it really does depend on what you like. And Jay Grizzy, I guess he's commenting on me saying that Halle Berry is not sexy to me. He's asking me, "You ain't seen Monsters Ball?" I was absolutely mortified by Monsters Ball. Mortified because that's the movie she got her Oscar for. So a sister got to take her clothes off and show her ass to get an Oscar. No, I'm not feeling Monsters Ball. And as much as I love Training Day, how it was the movie that I actually had a man crush on Denzel Washington. He had to become a badass thug to get an Oscar. So that's a different conversation for a different day. But, everything comes back to a social hit for me. Diva?
Okay, I wanted to answer my own question. I find a man very sexy when he's confident. He has like a posture about him, like she said, swagger, the way he walks. That's like, I'm all that and a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all that and I know it, but still not arrogant. It's like a thin line between that arrogancy and that confidence.
cockiness.
Right,
not
right,
cocky.
right.
Yeah.
And he's kind of elusive, but at the same time, he's able to show some interest.
I know a guy like
You know, that's what's sexy to
that. I
me.
know a guy like
She
that.
wants sensitivity.
Who is that?
She
Marcus
wants
J.
that,
I know a
man.
guy like that.
You do? Well, look, sister.
I ain't trying to hook you up because then if he did you dirty, I'd have to cut his throat. So,
She wants some Ralph Tresvant. That's what she
ain't no
wants.
half stepping, Marcus J. Listen, we're going to take our first break of the night. And I know everybody is anxiously awaiting Carlton Banks to get into what he's going to talk about. And when he asked the question, what do you think about it? So when we come back from the break, we're going to get a word from our sponsor. We're going to do a missing child. And we're going to get into what do you think about it? Tonight, I'm feeling revolutionary. So we got Public Enemy the whole night. Here we go. Ain't no half stepping, Marcus J. Be back in a minute.